What's up, everyone? I'm Melissa Elise, and you're watching Melissa Elise TV. Welcome to my Billions Season 3, Episode 12 review, Elmsley Count. I'm excited about this one, so let's get right to it. The episode opens with Axe, Wags, and Wendy at the Spartan Ives Capital introduction event, where Axe Cap has the opportunity to sign $30 billion in new money. But one person is missing, Taylor. Before they show up to the raise, Taylor has a meeting with Andalov to try and bring him on board their new company. And the meeting goes well, with Andalov admitting that he would jump ship, but he leaves without making an official agreement. Taylor does show up to the raise late, but confident, not only in their last meeting, but in what they're about to do. I hate it, but I have to give it to Taylor. They let Axe put his stamp of approval on them in front of everybody. He basically stood up there and said that Axe Capital is only where it is today because of them, which definitely helped when they went to poach the companies that pledged their business to Axe Cap. But it wasn't just Axe Cap's money that they tried to poach, with some success. They successfully got McPhee to come over to Mace Cap and offered Ben Kim a spot too, but Ben turns it down and decides to stick with Axe. Unfortunately, Axe doesn't have a lot of options in terms of retaliation. He can and does file suit for intellectual property theft, among other things, but that won't stop them from opening up shop. He can look within and see where he went wrong in all of this, Wendy's advice, or he can make the rounds to every whale in town and poison Taylor's reputation, Wags' advice, or he can simply have them dealt with per Andalov, who feels that Taylor's betrayal of Axe in part screws him over too. But if Axe goes with Andalov's method, he'll always be indebted to him for it. Though, if he says no, he needs to be prepared for what Andalov might do next. Before he makes any decisions, Axe looks Taylor in the eye and calls them out as a usurper, referencing the Bonnie Prince. And I know all my History and Outlander fans love that one. In Taylor's defense, they point to Axe's undercutting and manipulation, claiming that he was trying to push them out. But their actions were for them, not against Axe. Regardless, Axe's next moves will be entirely because of Taylor, who also tried to poach Wendy, which was bold, but I think that backfired, putting Wendy on the offensive with Axe to go after Taylor. Axe doesn't decide to take Taylor out though, because he wants them alive to suffer, which Andalov will remain pleased with as long as it doesn't jeopardize his money. Of course, Axe isn't the only one who suffers a betrayal. Chuck continues to plot Jock's takedown with the AG from New York, and they walk through all the possibilities from Chuck's perspective. With the letter announcing the investigation signed and sent, they hope that Jock will turn to Chuck, seeking his assistance to compromise the key witness, Cutler. It does take a while before Jock calls though, so with a little push from his dad, Chuck leaks Cutler's name and gets the exact response he was looking for. He even asks for a guarantee on his position until the end of term, and for Southern to become Sovereign District again, picking their own cases, in exchange for setting up a meet between Cutler and Jock. So I had been feeling uneasy about all of this, but it was at this point in the episode that I was sure none of this was going to work out in Chuck's favor. And that call from the New York AG to meet in Chuck's office made it even more clear. I am a little confused as to who flipped first, but I guess it doesn't really matter since there was never really a case. Jock was told about Chuck's plan, and so were Brian and Dake, who played the good Boy Scouts and ran off to tell Jeffcoat to stop Chuck. Everyone made out pretty well too, as New York AG was made Deputy Attorney General. Brian got Chuck's job. I assume Sacker got to keep her job as head of Crim, and Dake just got the satisfaction of watching it all unfold. And just to keep our sympathies for Taylor and to show that they still have emotions, they stuck a scene in there with Oscar coming to pledge his money to Mace Cap, but declining their dinner invitation. The episode doesn't really end well for Chuck or Axe. But I could not have been happier to see them both back at the same table. They were way more open to Wendy's suggestion of them helping each other this time around, and I honestly could not have thought of a better way to end this episode or this season. There were parts of this season that were a little for me, but I'm so stoked now for season 4. And I thought I didn't have a question, but I actually do. What do you guys think the chances are of Axe firing Orrin and hiring Chuck as his in-house counsel for Axe Cap? Orrin and Axe have been butting heads a lot in the last few episodes, but I'm not sure if Chuck would actually take the position if offered. And how long can their reluctant peace last anyway? I mean, let's not forget this show was founded on their rivalry. But whatever happens, there's a lot to speculate on until season 4, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts, so hit me up in the comment section. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching this season with me, but until next year, bye! If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider subscribing for more episode reviews.